what is up? Welcome back to my channel. This is Krishika, and in today's video I'll be sharing with you how to make this extreme chocolate cake. And I've used your chocolate ganache, chocolate buttercream, chocolate cake and chocolate soaking syrup. And this is just extreme chocolatey divine dessert. And I have used your no beater nor oven. And in the end of this video I'll be sharing with you my brother's reaction of this cake taste test. And let's see, wait till the end of this video. And without wasting any time, let's begin. So guys, I've separated here 3 egg whites and I'm gonna beat until it gets frothy and bubbly. And then I'm gonna add powdered sugar in 2 batches, not 2 exactly, like 3 batches. And I'll put all the measurements in the description down below so that you can check it out. Now I'm gonna add oil, and I don't know why did I try to mix it with a spoon. It's really dumb. Again, I'm adding here flour in 2 batches, and I'm mixing with a spoon so that the egg white and the oil doesn't lose its texture. Then I'm adding here 2 tablespoons of curd to give a texture, like a fluffy texture, and baking powder. Now I'm adding here cocoa powder, and before you add, make sure to sift your cocoa powder because I had little chunks of them. It wasn't bad, but just it was difficult to mix it all together because it had lumps. So that's the problem. Now I'm gonna add the rest of the 3 yolks that I had and mix it in. So here I'm adding vinegar plus baking powder to give the airy texture. So I've greased the pan with butter and dusted with cocoa powder so that the cake doesn't stick to the pan, and it would be better to dust it with cocoa powder than flour. So it bake for 15 to 25 minutes and then you can take it out. And since I'm not using oven, I'm using here a cooker, and I've salted it and put a layer for like a height, and then I closed it with a cup. Now for the soaking syrup, I'm adding here 1 cup of water and chocolate powder. I'll suggest you to put cocoa powder because chocolate powder does give you a good taste but not the taste that you wanted. Then I'm adding your sugar, just normal sugar, and let it boil just like once, and just off it. Like you want it to be really watery so that the cake can soak. If you keep it longer, it will turn into syrup, and that will not make the cake absorb. Next, for the chocolate ganache, I'm adding here hot water. It shouldn't touch the glass that I'm using, and then I'm going to add the full sachet of chocolate chips that I had, then a little bit of milk. You can add fresh cream also, but I didn't have any, so you can use milk also. There's nothing not much difference. Let it melt completely. So for the buttercream, I'm going to start here with the butter, and I should have let it sit for a little more while in the room temperature, but I don't know why, I just went with it. Then I'm gonna add here granulated sugar because I'm whisking it for a long time so it will eventually melt. That's why I added granulated sugar, and I'm gonna add it in 2 batches also. Now I'm gonna add the chocolate powder again, and I will say again that add cocoa powder because cocoa powder will give you a darker color when you add it to the butter, but this gives you really light sort of color, but taste is nothing different. I'm just saying for the color and the feel and all. And I'm gonna add chocolate ganache to give it color, but it still didn't give color, and I was skeptical to add because once I made meringue buttercream, the butter started to separate from the egg, so I was really skeptical to add, but thank God it worked. So for cutting the cake, I'm using your thread. This is a really good technique while you're doing cakes and you want the even layer. And if you're a beginner too, like if you're a beginner or an advanced baker, like using a thread will give you the even you're looking for. And I'm placing here the cake and starting to put the soaking syrup. Let it soak everything, like put how much ever you want and let it soak everything. So I'm placing the first layer, and again I'm adding a lot more of that soaking syrup. Just want it to be, watery when you take each bite. Then I didn't have any piping bag, so I took a plastic wrap and I just piped in the end. I wanted a barrier, like I couldn't do like a barrier with a spoon or anything. I wanted it to be piped, so I used a plastic cover that I had. And you can also do that if you have any plastic bags or Ziploc bags, you can do that. Now I'm adding the chocolate ganache in the center, and not that much so that it doesn't goes off the barrier. And it's just amazing while you eat chocolate. Then I'm placing the second layer and I'm adding some more soaking syrup on the top of it. Now I'm adding all the buttercream. Actually, I had leftover buttercream also because it was a lot of buttercream that I made just with the small amount of butter that I had. So before you start to spread, check your room temperature, because if it's hotter, you have to do it fast because the butter may start to melt. And if it's cooler, take your time and just be, take your time. Let it be even and, just take your time. I'm adding the chocolate ganache on top, and I am gonna drip it like slightly. If you have piping bag, you can do small drips, but I didn't want that small drip, so that's why I did the big drips. It still looks amazing. For the decoration, I'm adding here some sprinkles, and I did go overboard after that. Also added some colorful sprinkles also. See how smoothly it's cutting. It's just amazing, right? I just want to eat the whole thing, but I can't. So guys, I gave a piece to my brother. It's the first piece, and let's see how it is. Nice. Okay. So guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel and try this extreme chocolate cake and let me know in the comment down below. And if you want any other recipes, also let me know in the comment down below, so I'll try to make the video. And until then, I'll meet you in my next video. This is Krishika. Bye.